Welcome back to Finding Your Style. So today we're going to look at probably what I think is the most important thing when trying to find your perfect fitting pair of jeans, and it's exactly that. It's the fit of your jeans. So we're going to look at the rise, the yoke, and the width, and how all of those play together to get you your perfect jean. So to start off, we're going to look at the rise of a pair of jeans. Most people know what a rise is. It's obviously how far the jean goes up from your waist, but there's a lot more to it than that. So initially, if you're looking at the early days of denim, jeans weren't called jeans, they were called denim overalls. So if you start looking at the cut, they were wide, they were meant to go over another trouser, and they were high as well. So when jeans become more of trousers rather than actually overalls, if you start looking more into the 40s and the 50s and look at people like James Dean or Marlon Brando or even Elvis in Jailhouse Rock, they have these really high-rise jeans, but they hug the figure a lot more, and they actually just accentuate the body shape. They look fantastic with a slimmer top and work really well for someone with more athletic build. They can also be really universally flattering because they can cinch in bits you don't want to see and make you look like you've got a slimmer torso with much longer legs. When people talk about outfits, they always talk about the rule of thirds, and a jean with this sort of fit with a slim high rise at the top that accentuates out the bottom recreates that perfectly. In the shop, we find that this fit works really well with both men and women. It is just universally very flattering. When you're looking at heritage jeans, a lot of them are going to be this 40s, 50s shape with the slimmer, higher rise, because that is for a lot of people just the golden era of denim. So the most common thing you're going to find is a mid-rise, and it really is that Goldilocks. It's really easy, it's really comfortable, and it's just versatile. If you're new to denim, I think the easiest thing is just going for something mid-rise. It really is the most common. Most jeans you're just gonna pick up and try on, and what a lot of people think of when they just think of a pair of jeans is gonna be that mid-rise. It's easy, it's comfortable, it's really versatile, and it works with pretty much any body type because it doesn't hide or accentuate any features at all, and honestly, if in doubt, just go for a mid-rise. When we're talking mid-rise, it's anything that's on the hip or slightly above it, nothing below the hip. In the world of heritage, low-rise jeans are always seen as somewhat controversial simply because they don't come from a military or a workwear background. They are just a fashion item. They were popularized by the hippie movement with a liberalization of how people wore jeans. They just got lower and lower. Jeans were used much more to show off your body rather than cover it. When you mention low-rise jeans today, I don't think people really talk about the hippie movement and that era. People think of Y2K and the early 2000s. This is the era that springs to mind. For me, I think of Paris Hilton, Christina Aguilera, and Britney. They were even cutting off the waistband of jeans to get them even lower. So a lot of those really high-rise jeans and true heritage jeans are gonna have a cinch on the back. So this was something that was done when jeans were that overall, and a lot of the time they were made without a true kind of size. So you would adjust the cinch to make them fit you. So you did see that really tight, flattering look, but they actually wouldn't have been like that to start with. So if you want something with a bit of flexibility, a cinch is a really good look. So one of the most important things when you're looking about the fit of a jean is the yoke. The yoke is often confused with the rise, but it's actually just this little bit here. This usually triangular, it can be straight, which I'll go on to in a minute, but the rise is from the crotch to the top of the waistband, whereas the yoke is just this small bit here. It's unusual that you're going to find a high rise with a shallow or a straight yoke, so you normally get a wide yoke like this. And what it allows the jean to do is really cinch in around the waist. Obviously your true waist and your higher and lower waist are all different widths. This is something that really makes it figure hugging and actually quite flattering. Here I've got more of a mid-rise jean with a shallower or more of a standard yoke. This just allows the jean to sit nicely and not cinch in too much. And then this is the more unusual. This is a straight yoke. This can be a really nice fit. It's more of an anti-fit. It creates much more of a boxy top to the jean. You can see here it goes completely straight up rather than that inwards you get with a higher rise and then a deeper yoke. If you want one of those really figure-hugging classic looks, then go for something like this with an incredibly high rise, but also a massively deep yoke and a cinch back. So if you really want to pull it in and create a lovely slim waist and then wider out towards the hips, this is the sort of jean you want to go for. So we've spoken about loads of different things to do with fit, but obviously we need to talk about width. So for us, a standard width is going to be something like a 50s 501. So a warehouse 1001 XX, or maybe a full count 1101, something like that that has a wide, generous leg without being completely massive, and a straight down fit. The best way to think about width is put it into 3 different categories. So I'd go for a wide jean, a slim jean, and then a skinny jean. Within these, you can also have tapered, so all of these different fits and widths can be tapered as well. So tapering is usually from about the knee down, the jean starts to come in. If you find a jean that fits perfectly up until that point, you can also bring it into the shop and we'll taper it for you. So starting off with a wide jean, this is personally the thing I wear the most. I've got a pair of only 242s at the moment. They are a nice slim high rise at the top and the top block, but the rest of the jean is extremely wide. You can go for a full count 0105. That's probably my favorite all-rounder jean. It's nice, it's wide. It takes that kind of 40s, 50s style jean, just makes it a little bit wider for a more modern cut, or you can go for something quite extreme like an only 222. Something like this is really versatile because you can just wear it in any outfit. Any body shape or body type can wear a wide jean. And if you want to look like you're from any decade through the whole history of denim, a wide jean fits really well into that. So I think slim jeans are someone who wants a little bit of a smarter or maybe a more mature look. If you're going for that smart casual or you work in a work environment that is a little bit more relaxed, you could wear a slimmer jean. I think slim jeans do get confused with a skinny jean. A slim jean is something that is closer to the skin but doesn't wrap around and hold your leg. It still drops down quite freely. So I would go for something like an Oni 622, which is a classic slim tapered jean with a really nice universal cut, or maybe a full count 1103, which is similar if you want to go for something more classic in the actual denim itself, or you can go for a Warehouse 800, which has a similar fit to that as well. I think a lot of people are very opinionated on skinny jeans and it gets a lot of bad attention for no reason. People have worn skinny jeans fantastically over the years. If you look at old rock stars and glam rock, they wore skinny jeans perfectly. Or if you look at Hedi Slimane's late residency at Dior, he really championed a skinny jean and did it perfectly. I think when you're going for something like this, you have to do the full outfit. You have to wear everything a little bit smaller and a bit closer to the body. If you're gonna do this, you've got to do it properly and you've got to really think about proportions. Even if you think about early 2000s skate culture, you did have the really baggy stuff, but you had the skinny jeans too, maybe with an oversized shoe and a baggy t-shirt. As long as you're doing it consciously and playing with it, it can look fantastic. I think fundamentally we're in a fantastic time at the moment because the industry isn't pushing you either way. You can wear slim jeans, you can wear skinny jeans, or you can wear wide jeans, and the options are there and available for you, and it doesn't look strange, you don't look out of place at all. Hopefully some of the information I've given you in this video will help you get the cut that you want, but remember that's exactly what it is. Wear a jean that you want and that makes you feel really comfortable.